So, so when I was in third grade, see, there goes guys staring at me again. Every time I turn around, somebody's staring at me. I'm not staring at them; they're staring at me. But anyway, um, um, yeah. So when I was in third grade, I was gonna delete it, but I was in third grade. My mom put a skirt on me. My mom used to actually just put on skirts, and it was like it's like something about the skirt just made me feel like wrong. Like when I would put shoes on a dog and they kind of do like this. I was extremely awkward. I absolutely hated it. And I think that's I think that when I started more deeply dissociating, when she's putting those dresses, you know what I mean? It's like when you're a child realizing you're actually a girl, and I'm realizing it and not knowing there's such thing as transitioning. So I'm just like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to figure out how to make this work. Which is why I'm a tomboy. I'm like, I guess I'll make this work. If this is as far as I could go, then all right, guess. But yeah, I was in third grade, and I remember this purple corduroy skirt, because I know my mom and my sister, they would keep their skirts in between the mattress. They would keep their skirts in between the mattress, where you never have to iron them. They're always flat under your thing. They're always getting ironed. So there's another ambulance. And so just watching, make sure they go all the way by. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's when I started dissociating extra hard. It's like my parents arguing, dissociation, realizing my mom is really just gonna put on the skirt and not ask me if I want to wear the skirt, dissociation. And I remember one time I couldn't even finish my dinner. Like I didn't even want to eat. And even I, at that young age, I don't even think I understood what was so uncomfortable about it. I just knew I hated it. And it was like I was frozen. It's like, I almost wish I could look at myself. Because I feel like somebody who's familiar with what trauma looks like would have been like, that kid is traumatized. You literally traumatize your child just putting a skirt on them and don't even realize it. And you don't even care. Because you kept trying. But of course, she wasn't insisting. But when you're a really, really kid, to them, it was just, people tend to be like, oh, you just need to find the right girly thing. And then you'll want to be a girl. It's like, no. And I told you, I'm 40 plus. And it's just not really hitting me that I think my sister is still processing that I'm not attracted to men. It's like, bitch, everybody don't want what you want. Like, it's not a hard concept, y'all. It's not a hard concept. You like chocolate. Everybody don't like chocolate. It's an easy concept. Why are we making this more complicated than it actually is? And if I like men, then there's one more of me to worry about. Did you really want this competition? Do you really want this competition? Do you know how many boyfriends and husbands hit on me constantly? I'm just saying, right? So we don't want this. Oh, I'm bouncing around. So yeah, there was this one time in the third grade, that stupid corduroy skirt. So when she would put the skirt on me, I realized, because I'm looking back now, like there wasn't a thing that I was consciously doing at the time. I realized later what I was doing. I was dissociating, so it was almost like if I don't look down, I don't have to see that I'm wearing the skirt, and I just got to get through the day, right? Just got to get through a couple hours, and we're sitting in school most of the time anyway, right? Like we're sitting at our desk a lot of times. So I think there was a little bit of me negotiating that, like, you know what, guess I can try it for a day. And I remember this one day, I really had to pee. And something about, I guess, the fact that I'm wearing a skirt, I guess actually going to the bathroom means now I got to deal with the fact that I'm wearing this skirt. I don't want to wear it, so I guess I'm just dissociating from the fact that this skirt exists on my body. However, I can't ignore the fact that there's a bladder under there too. And I remember I was like, oh, you know how when you could sit for a while and you just be chilling, because it was computer class. And I was just sitting. It was just such a weird day because I think we had like a new girl whose name also started with a Z. I think she was a Zenobia or something like that. And she was so weird. It's like, she started, I remember she started pressing, literally, she started pressing the keys with her tongue. I was so annoyed, and I was just sitting there like, oh my God, I'm waiting for this class to be over so I can go to the bathroom. I figured I would ask in between classes, like, why didn't I just go before? It's the dysphoria. I was frozen. I was frozen and having a hard time acknowledging this lower part of my body. And right there in front of everybody, I ended up peeing on myself. We had to get up. Class is over. You know, you're sitting there for a while. I forgot that I had to pee for a little while. And I think I was somehow convinced that because, you know, I wasn't really feeling it when I was sitting, that I would be okay when I stood up. Like, what's a third grader but 9? So didn't work out that way. I definitely peed. And I remember some kids laughed, but not everybody laughed. I'm lucky that kids actually generally liked me. It's like they didn't love me enough to like want to be my best friend. I was also just like quiet and awkward, and I didn't want to be anybody's best friend, to be honest. It's like I'm just different, and it's not an act. This is also why I need to share more, right? Because a lot of assumptions are happening, a lot of misunderstandings are happening. And I'm just like, what is people's like problem with asking questions? Just ask me some simple things that you want to know. You'd be surprised. People will be crushing on you, obsessed with you, have your phone number, call you, want to talk about nothing. And then I realized 2 years later that's because they like me. Like, I be mad, oblivious, and people be thinking I'm acting. I am not acting. Which is, like I said, this is one more reason why I needed to share. Oh yeah, so yeah, some of the kids laughed. They actually wasn't too bad. Like, I didn't get made fun of necessarily because everybody has peed on themselves, or I think I was lucky. I wasn't picked on, and I had like 2 best friends. Oh yeah, Miriam. There was this little Puerto Rican girl named Miriam who was quiet and shy like me. So it was actually quite perfect. We could just sit and be shy together. It was really nice. And then my friend Cinnamon, who I'm actually still friends with, I've been friends with her since kindergarten, and our personalities have not changed since kindergarten. Her personality has not changed since kindergarten. I'm glad I thought about her. I need to hit her up too. I've been hitting up a few people I haven't seen in a little while. Now that I'm in this better energy, I'm like, just go, right? Just go. Where else was I going? Was I going with this? Was I talking about dysphoria? Misunderstandings. Yeah, dysphoria, looking like low self-esteem. I'm just knocking some ants off my. Okay. So yeah. So yeah, I own that. Spirit has been pushing me to share more for a while, and I haven't been sharing as much as I could. And yeah, the things I said in the last post, and partially what I said in this post, it affects my wanting to share. Like, when I'm feeling dysphoric, I don't want to talk. But you know what? I realized just like not talking is my default. You know, when I was in kindergarten, that's why I keep saying kindergarten. I was selective mute. Like, I literally talked to nobody all day, to the point where people thought I was special. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So it's interesting how that came with me all the way to like adulthood. I don't have any official diagnoses. So like, maybe I feel like sometimes I'm not on the spectrum, but I'm like next to it. Like if the spectrum ends here, I'm like sitting here somewhere. Like you know what I mean? I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm near it, but not in it in a weird kind of way. That's because I understand it, but I don't know if it's I don't know. Whatever, whatevs, right? But yeah, so and then I'm black. I grew up in a black Southern type household, and black people don't talk about things. Black people don't share. In fact, yeah, I'm one of those people that I love to learn, and I'm one of those kids that always. I actually enjoyed history class. One of my friends became a history teacher, like at the high school we went to high school with, right? So I enjoy history, even though depending on who's telling it. it yeah. I just had a thought. I'm not sharing it right now. Yeah. So yeah, what have I been talking about? Dysphoria. Um, HRT. Oh yeah, sharing. Right. Yeah, I'm black. Black household. Black people are not really that great at talking about their past pains, which is terrible. It's terrible. I'm sorry. The my 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 phone's dying. I needed to turn up the light. So yeah, black people are always real tight-lipped. I actually wish my dad would talk. I wished my dad shared more about his childhood. My mom, she loves talking about it. My mom is one of 8 kids, and so she loves talking about her large family, because you had the family and then you had the friends of the kids. So my mom is used to rolling in a gang of relatives. And my family's the same. I have a large family, and we're used to rolling in a gang of relatives. And so I appreciate that my family is family oriented. However, I'm the rainbow sheep of the family. I feel like the younger ones are the most fine with me, being so rainbowy. The older ones, I realize like they'll accept that this is gonna happen, but I realize like there's some part of you that never really fully accepted that you're really not attracted to men, because they are women who are attracted to men, right? They're surprised, but like if I was going after your man, then you'd be mad and you'd be like, go back to the girls. Just a quick reminder. So. And I never said I didn't like men either. I'm actually very pansexual, which is not obvious also. So like I have no idea how to even express that. But we'll cross that bridge another day. We're talking about sharing right now. And so yeah, so it's like I like sharing. I like connecting. I like conversing. And then all these things would happen, and I'll be like, maybe I shouldn't share this. Maybe I shouldn't share that. Maybe I shouldn't share it yet. I don't like, I'm also an army brat. You don't sit with your back to the window. You feel me? Precautions. My mom's a Cancer. My dad was in the military. Precautions. Caution. Careful. Right? And so, yeah, of course, I come out there's kind of like somewhat of a daredevil. Not really. I would say I'm a low-level daredevil type person. And then the risks I took, if you ask me, wasn't really huge risks. Few of those decisions was just like a slight turn in a different direction, to be honest. It's like it's never not a good idea to believe in yourself. Oh man. So yeah, sharing has been rough. And so I haven't been sharing in real time. I'm still not gonna always share in real time. I'm almost debating if I want to see. I almost want to delete that part out, because that's the paranoia. dealing with some like, ex drama or something, people drama. I don't know how people label themselves. People drama. People who bring drama to me and I think some people are just like amused at how together I am. Like when you ever, like when little kids see you, especially if you're a really tall person, right? When you're a really tall person, what little kids want to do, run up and be like, ooh, pick me up. Or they see if you got muscles or something, they're like, ooh, pick me up. So I feel like people see that I'm like generally chill, cool. Like, you don't never see me fighting people and all this other stuff. Like, so I feel like people keep trying to get that part of me out, but I'm like, it doesn't exist. That part. When did I get here? When did I even get to this subject? All right, here's the last thing I'm going to share that's a little bit off topic, but not really, and why I keep doing that. I don't have mind chatter. Like I've said this to a few people, and I'm pretty sure I've said that on here, and I feel like it's going to take a while for people to register what that even means. People don't even be knowing what that means. They're like, I don't have chatter. Like I'm really right here, so I'm not actually losing my train of thought. I keep forgetting that I don't really have one. I gotta think on purpose because I don't have this uncontrolling chatter. So like I'm really present and enjoying being here. I like when the weather's nice. I like when I can wear my jacket. See what I said about dysphoria? I like when I can wear my jacket, right? If it was hotter outside, I'd probably be slouching more because it's so hot. Or I probably have like one, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're working on it, and I don't even have much boobs. That's why I'm like, I'm be honest with you, I have no idea why guys be having crushes on me. Like I understood when I was in my 20s. Like I was a cute little in the 20s tomboy. You don't know if a 22-year-old, 25-year-old is gonna still be gay when they're 40. So I get it. I understood when I was 25. I understood when I was 30. And I'm just like, I don't get it. Honestly, when I look in the mirror, I kind of see someone who's kind of a guy. Like I'm not my type. I'm not really my type physically, although I'm not very physically oriented. Yeah. So yeah, that circles me back to this dysphoria and attractiveness. Yeah, dysphoria and attractiveness. I think I'm gonna do a separate video on that because I'm like, that's awkward. Dysphoria and confidence. Dysphoria and like, yes, confidence. Confident but dysphoric. All right, y'all. Peace.